Hey, this is Art, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Cop Medics. Over the years, I have found that medics working in a tactical or remote environment have had a similar problem of space management for their medical kits. Whether it was an entry kit or overland ruck, packing their medical equipment in the most effective manner possible was sometimes a little challenging. About 8 years ago, a former team leader of mine suggested that I purchase a vacuum sealer food saver, and as you can see, I took his advice. I purchased this particular model at a Walmart for about $50, and it has helped me greatly with space management with my medical gear. This item is a basic model vacuum sealer, which I've used 100 times and I have not had any issue with it. Full disclosure, Cop Medics does not endorse any of the equipment you are about to be shown in this video. This just happens to be what I have purchased or been issued over the years. These vacuum sealers can come with quart or gallon-sized bags. You can cut and mold them to however you need to fit the needs of packing your medical gear. Some examples of what I have done. So for my bleeding pouches and my wound management pouches, okay, like my M9 bag here, I have taken, to save space, I have taken the trauma dressings, and this is a basic 4-inch dressing. I've taken it out of its original packaging and I've packed it with a vacuum sealer. As you can see, I've saved on a little bit of space by combining the both of them. And if I need a trauma dressing to cover a wound and some combat gauze, I just pull one item out instead of two. With these bags, another thing I've done, after I seal it, the of material over the seal, I've made little cuts in them, and I have marked them with a red Sharpie. So this way I know where to pull to open the items. It comes right out. Another thing I have done for space management was taking these blast bandages or large size trauma dressings. Okay, and this particular one's from Tactical Med Solutions. These are great for large wounds or amputations, but they're a little bulky for my needs. So what I've done is taken them out of the original packaging and packaged it in a food saver bag in a more sleek profile. As you can see, I have 2 of these in here, and they don't take up much space. For my splinting equipment, I like using these large size cravats. So what I'll do is take the cravats out of its original packaging and the ace bandage out of its original packaging and put them together in a vacuum sealer. And as you can see, it has saved on space. If you can notice, the profile is a lot sleeker with a vacuum sealer. For those of you who have used eye gels and you have them in your airway pouch, okay, I don't have one in an eye gel in its original packaging, but for those of you who have used it, you can see that putting it in a vacuum sealer bag is definitely a lot sleeker. For your BVM, I like this particular model. It's worked well for me, but the case it comes in, it is very durable, but it's a little bulky. So what I have done is taken it out and put it in a vacuum sealer bag, and to save on space for my airway bag. So for my IV supplies, I like to use the vacuum sealer to make IV setup kits, kind of like a one-stop shopping. What I will do is I'll take the admin set and the needles out of its original packaging and put it in a quart-sized bag along with gloves, alcohol pads, IV tourniquet, 4x4s, and Venagard. When I package them in the vacuum sealer bag, I make sure that I don't completely compress this down because I don't want to degrade the gloves or the IV tourniquet by constant pressure of the vacuum sealer bag. I have made plenty of these out for my old team and they worked out really well. One of the jobs I used to have in my old team was packing gunshot wound kits for all our, not just our SWAT operators, but for our snipers and for our dog handlers. This is an example of one of the kits we used to issue them. And I found that like putting all this equipment, such as the trauma dressing, occlusive dressing, shears, cravat, space blanket, and gloves, took up a lot of space in here. And if they needed one item, they were pulling 2 items out. So to make things easier for everybody, what I would do is take at least the trauma dressing, occlusive dressing, cravat, and the combat gauze, and put them into a quart-sized vacuum sealer bag. And as you can see, this saved on space a lot. What I wouldn't do is put the gloves and the space blanket in with a vacuum sealer bag, because I found that these are the items that are used quite a bit often, more than these other hemorrhage control and wound management items. So this way, if they needed this, they wouldn't have to open up this package and ruin its integrity. These are easily replaceable. Another thing I've done, this is an older model space blanket. But this still works great, but this does take up a lot of space. So I've taken one of these, put into one of the gallon size vacuum sealer bags, and shrunk it down. And this works great when packing my overland ruck. So that's basically it. This has worked out well for me over the years using the vacuum sealer bag. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Put down any comments or questions you have below. And if you want to email me directly, you can email me at copmedics@gmail.com. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed this video.